Have you ever achieved a big goal in life, landed a dream job, or reached a position everyone admires, but deep down, you still feel like a fraud? Do you constantly worry that one day, someone will discover the truth about your imperfect self, and everything will crumble? That is an invisible fear, yet it holds us back more than any other obstacle. Today, I want to tell you a story about a tiny mouse and a compassionate monk. When the monk transformed the mouse into a cat, then a dog, a tiger, and finally a human, he gained all the strength and respect from the outside world. But there was one thing he couldn't change: the fear within him. This story is a mirror reflecting our own minds. In today's video, we will explore this journey. But beyond the fable, I will show you why trying to run from fear only makes you weaker, a major mistake 90% of us make when dealing with self-doubt, and most importantly, a simple yet powerful method to finally master your mind. Before we dive into the details, let's step into this magical world and listen to the whispers of your own mind. Let's explore now. Once upon a time, in his cave, the monk saved a tiny, trembling mouse after it fell from a crow's beak. Every day, the monk fed it, and slowly, the little mouse grew healthy and fat. But things were not peaceful forever. One day, a ferocious cat from the forest spotted the mouse and began to chase it. Terrified, the mouse ran inside the cave and hid behind the monk's robes, pleading for its life. Seeing the fear in the mouse's eyes, the monk felt deep compassion. He thought, "The cat will come again, and I may not always be here to protect him." Because of that, the monk used his spiritual powers to transform the mouse into a cat, so that it would no longer have to fear a cat. Thinking everything was over, the cat roamed fearlessly for a while. But one day, a vicious wild dog appeared and began chasing it. Once again, the cat ran back to hide behind the monk. And because of that, the monk transformed it into a dog. With its new form, the dog roamed freely until a tiger appeared. Trembling with fear, it returned to the cave begging to be saved. And once again, the monk showed compassion and transformed it into a majestic tiger. Do you see? Each time it faced a threat, the mouse tried to change its external appearance. It believed that with more strength and status, it would no longer have to fear. This is a mistake many of us make. We believe that if we get a better job, a nicer car, or a bigger bank account, we'll feel more confident and secure. We always seek strength from the outside, things that can be seen, as a shield to protect the inner fear. But is that a real solution? Does becoming a tiger truly eliminate the trembling nature of the mouse? The biggest test was still ahead, and it didn't come from another animal, but from within. And so, when the tiger faced an insurmountable threat, the monk transformed it into a human. After becoming a human, the mouse was extremely happy. He felt powerful and free. He began visiting a nearby village and started living among the people. But then, a thought began to trouble him. He thought, "I was once a mouse and no one knows it except the monk. But if one day he tells someone, everyone will make fun of me and stop respecting me." Do you see it? He had everything he ever wanted: strength, respect, and freedom. But deep down, his inner mouse was still there. This fear did not come from an external tiger, but from his inherent self-doubt. This is a classic case of imposter syndrome, where you feel you don't deserve what you've earned and live in fear of being found out. That fear turned into a dangerous idea. He thought, "Why not kill the monk so my secret can never be revealed?" With that wicked thought in his mind, he picked up a knife and went to the monk's cave with the intention to kill him. This is the key lesson. External strength is only temporary. Everything he had was thanks to the monk's kindness and compassion. But one wicked thought, stemming from his self-doubt, made him ready to betray the person who saved him. This proves that the true enemy is not anything outside, but the toxic thoughts within your mind. But as soon as the man entered the cave, the wise monk sensed his wicked intentions. Before he could reach him, the monk chanted his mantra and transformed him back into a tiny mouse. He lost everything in a single moment. Immediately, the man lost his form, his strength, and his freedom. He became a tiny mouse again, squeaked in fear, and ran away from the cave, never to come back. He lost everything because of one thought. So what really happened? It was a classic domino effect that started with one single thought. Thought: the monk might reveal my secret. Feeling: this thought created deep fear and insecurity. Action: this feeling escalated into an extreme decision to kill his mentor. Consequence: that wicked action made him lose everything and return to his original state, living in fear and running away forever. Think about this in our own lives. A small negative thought like jealousy, fear, or anger, if not controlled, slowly becomes bigger. It starts shaping the way we see the world, then turns into decisions, and finally becomes actions. And those actions decide our future. So what is the lesson here? Even though the mouse was given everything, strength, respect, and even the life of a human, one wicked thought became the reason for his downfall. It all began in the mind and ended with him losing everything. In a world filled with constant comparison, judgment, and competition, our minds are more restless than ever. That's why, now more than ever, we need to be aware of our thoughts. So how can you master your mind and avoid this domino effect? Let's explore some practical solutions. So how do we escape this vicious cycle? The answer lies in learning to master your mind, not just your appearance. Here are 3 practical methods you can start today. 1. The practice of mindfulness. The first method I want to share is an ancient but powerful technique. Mindfulness is not about emptying your mind, but about observing your thoughts calmly, without judgment. Imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting across the sky of your mind. When a negative thought appears, for example, "I'm not good enough," instead of believing it, simply acknowledge it and say, "Ah, there is that doubting thought. It's here." This helps you detach from the thought and not let it control you. 2. The practice of journaling. Second, try a simple but incredibly powerful tool to declutter your mind. Writing down your thoughts helps you see them more clearly, like bringing them out of the shadows and into the light. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day writing down what's running through your head. This helps you identify recurring negative thought patterns like jealousy, fear, or anger, and allows you to control them better. 3. The power of self-compassion. And finally, this is the most important lesson from the mouse's story. Instead of hating the mouse inside you, learn to accept it. Everyone has fears and insecurities. Instead of telling yourself, "I am useless," when you make a mistake, tell yourself, "I am feeling scared and insecure, and that is completely normal. I will learn to face it." By doing this, you are building a solid foundation from within. By practicing these 3 things, you are building a true strength that comes from within and cannot be taken away. Every great success or every big failure begins in the mind. The story of the mouse and the monk is a reminder that if you can master your mind, you can shape your future. But if you ignore your thoughts, one single thought could easily destroy everything you have built. To wrap it all up, the fable of the mouse and the monk reminds us of a deep truth. If we don't learn to control our thoughts, those thoughts will start controlling our lives. Remember the mouse's journey. He was given everything: strength, respect, and even the life of a human. But one wicked thought, a thought born from self-doubt, became the reason for his downfall. It all began in the mind and ended with him losing everything. In our lives, too, a small negative thought like jealousy, fear, or anger, if not controlled, will grow and destroy everything you have built. So always remember, every great success or every big failure begins in the mind. If you can master your mind, you can shape your future. What do you think about this story? Have you ever had to fight with the mouse in your mind? Share your story in the comments below. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Buddha's Pathway, so we can continue this journey of discovering life's profound lessons. And be sure to turn on notifications, because you definitely don't want to miss the next video.